What's up, guys? Diego from SGN, and I want to thank my girlfriend real fast for giving me the new 4K camera that I'm using right now, which is why it's going to look a little bit different than it usually does, so bear with me for the next couple videos. I need to take a little bit of time to kind of get used to it and figure out the right positioning and how everything's going to look as I go forward, so bear with me for the next couple videos. The topic of this video, as you can see from the title, is going to be all about the new FIFA 20 demo. I will tell you guys, I did record this yesterday, but unfortunately the files that I recorded of me actually playing the game, they just came out kind of corrupted and they were very grainy, so I figured I'm not going to put out something that looks like shit, or more shit than I guess it usually looks for me. So I figured I'll redo it, and instead of giving you my live reaction, I'm just going to kind of break down everything about the demo that I like and what I don't like. First of all, I want to say that I'm going to take this demo, with a grain of salt, because for the most part, EA Sports' titles don't look anything like they do look in the demo, and FIFA is just a perfect example of that. FIFA 19's demo was somewhat similar to FIFA 19's full game, but the pacing was completely different, and a lot of the things in that game were very different. So, yes, you can kind of get a general idea of some of the mechanics, but it's going to play a lot different, especially because in the demo you're always playing kickoff, which is completely different to Ultimate Team, which I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but for some reason the gameplay from Ultimate Team is always a lot faster, it's a lot more reactive, whereas kickoff is a lot slower and a lot more just, I don't know, it just seems like the players are very heavy. So take this demo with a grain of salt. But what I've played in the demo so far, I actually really like. And I've been seeing a lot of people that have played the beta saying that this build is completely different to the build that they had when they were playing the early beta for only people that got like Elite or something like that in Ultimate Team in the Weekend League last year. So I've seen a lot of people talking about that and how the defending is worse, the pace is slower. But I gotta tell you guys, like, me having not played that beta, I really like what I'm seeing in the demo. So if the beta was even better than the demo, then it must have been a phenomenal beta, which is why they're all saying that this is a very, very positive FIFA and one that has a lot of potential. So if the demo is an older build and the beta is actually something that's going to be a bit more similar to what we're going to see in the final game, especially because all those people were playing in Ultimate Team, so they were playing something a bit faster, that's very positive. Like, I'm looking forward to that. But even if the game that we get is more like the demo, then I'm happy with that, because honestly, the movement of the game is feeling good for me. I know people are saying that it's not as good as the beta, so I don't know what to tell you there, but what I've tried, I feel like the movement is a lot better than it's been over the past, I don't know how many years. It seems very fluid. There are a few issues, like the first touch is going to take a lot to get used to. Like, a lot of the players that have lower dribbling stats, their first touch is not that great. So it's going to take a lot of time to adapt to the new mechanics and get used to a few things that they've added. For example, one thing that I really like is the fact that now a player's stats have a lot more impact on what actually happens on the pitch. For example, in the previous games, if you had somebody with pretty poor dribbling, his first touch is going to be pretty good no matter what. In this game, it seems like if you have a player with poor dribbling, and if you hit him with like a hard pass, you need to hit left bumper or L1 if you're on the PlayStation to make sure you have a decent first control. If you can get that first touch fine and hit left bumper or L1, you're going to have a lot more control of the ball early on. Once you get moving, it's a bit more, it's a bit cleaner, but you have to make sure you use left bumper or L1 to make sure you're getting the best possible first touch. And I think that's going to be a huge mechanic, because it's going to add a bit more to the skill gap. There's going to be a lot of people that don't use it, and it's going to make it easier for people defending to intercept. Another thing is, of course, the dribbling. The dribbling, in my opinion, feels better in some ways, but also worse in a few ways. For example, the new crab walk mechanic is pretty trash. The new strafing while on the ball is pretty poor. It's too overpowered. That's what I mean. It's like, it's not that it's not usable. It's just that it's the opposite. It's way too usable and too overpowered. So there are a few mechanics there that are overpowered in terms of dribbling, but overall, I think the dribbling is a lot better this year, and it's a lot more fun to do. I'm not really a skill move guy, so the whole diminishing and the whole nerfing of the skill moves doesn't really impact me a lot, so I'm sure it's going to impact a lot of people, but just not really me, so I don't really care about that. I do need to learn the skill moves this game, because they're going to be a lot more important, because if you're good at them, they're going to have a pretty big impact, but I think that with some of the dribbling mechanics that are a lot easier, like the crab walk and stuff like that, they're easy to do, and there's going to be a lot of people doing them, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Another thing I like about the game is the fact that now, when you pass, you have to, number one, actually be in a logical positions. For example, if you're going to pass the ball to a guy behind you, you're either going to have to do left trigger pass, which is going to do a fancy pass with a heel, back heel or something like that, and it can come off if you have a good player with high passing stats. But right now, like in FIFA 19, you could have your back to the player you want to pass to, and you're just going to do like a 360 or a 180, and it's going to be pretty much a perfect pass every time. Or at least it's not going to be perfect, but it's 9 out of 10 times going to come off. In this game, you actually have to be a lot more precise with where your body positioning is and all that type of stuff, your balance and all that stuff. So I actually like that a lot because it's going to add to the skill gap, much like some of the new dribbling and stuff like that, or the defending mechanics. So I think this is going to be a very, very positive mechanic in the game. I like the passing. It's better than FIFA 19. It's more difficult, yes, but it's better in my opinion. And now if you want to do like a pass where like you want to kind of dink it above somebody's foot, you have to push double. You have to double tap Y. If you want to do a kind of lifted, not a lob, but a lifted through pass, and I think that's going to add a bit to the skill gap because before you could just kind of do it automatically with just pushing the pass button, and it made it overpowered. Whereas now, if you want to do that, you have to do it yourself. So I think that these are a lot of interesting mechanics. It could be overpowered if for some reason there is no animation to stop that kind of pass, but for the most part, I think it's going to be positive. And I do look forward to kind of getting my hands on the full game and having more time to work on some of the new mechanics like the free kicks, the penalties, and get better at this type of stuff. The main thing that I like about this so far is the new defending. Now, I've seen a lot of people that are probably recent FIFA players, and I mentioned this on my stream yesterday. Most of the people complaining about this are probably guys that haven't played some of the older FIFAs. Now, I've been playing FIFA since FIFA 98. All right, I played the shit out at a World Cup 98. I played the hell out of FIFA 2001. Then I took a break period where I only played Euro 2004. I played a little bit of FIFA 2003. But then from FIFA 06 to FIFA 20, I've owned every single one except for FIFA 15 where I took an off year, which was a shame because apparently that game was really good. And so I have a lot of experience with FIFA. I know a good FIFA from a bad FIFA early on. From the first game, I can tell you. From the first game I play, I can tell you if it's going to be a good or bad FIFA. This game, I'm telling you, has the potential to be a great FIFA and one of the best we've played, probably in the last 10 years, more or less. So it definitely has the potential to be a great FIFA, and I think a lot of that has to do with the defending. Now, like I was saying, a lot of people who aren't familiar with the old FIFAs, they aren't used to manual defending, like true manual defending. Before the auto defending, where it was overpowered, you had to be good at manual defending because that was the only way to do it because the defensive AI wasn't good enough. Okay, the attacking AI was always a lot better than the defending AI in my opinion. So my main thing back in the old game was I almost never conceded. Against real people, of course. Against the AI, it's a bit more overpowered, so it was a bit more cheese. So it depends. I always play on Legendary, so you can have those moments where you struggle. But my main thing was always my defending. But in the last couple games, because I emphasized so much on my personal defending, and a lot of times I would get my defenders out of position, it cost me a lot. But now, I feel like I'm going to have a lot more control of what happens on defense, and a lot of my opponents who aren't going to be as good as me as that are going to have a lot more issues than I will. So I feel like that's going to be a big positive thing for me because I've been seeing a lot of people who, I'm not going to name names, but some people I know, where they aren't used to that mechanic. So they're constantly out of position and they're constantly just doing a lot of dumb things, basically. So it's going to cost them, and I think I'm going to be a lot better than people at that, so that's going to be a huge thing for me. So that's something that's really going to raise the skill gap. So if you're a good manual defender, you're going to be good at this game immediately. If you're not, then you're going to have a long time. You're going to be struggling. You have to really learn those mechanics. But me, because I've been playing FIFA for so long, I can kind of adapt, and I know how to do certain things. I'm not going to say I'm a great FIFA player, but I know what to do. Like, I can manually defend my ass off. So I feel like I'm going to be a lot better at this game than I have been in the previous games. And just, it feels a lot better. So I'm extremely happy with what I've seen so far in the demo. And of course, you can see in the background some FIFA gameplay of the AI playing against each other. It's probably going to be like one match, but it might be two, depending on how much longer I go on with this. But you can see, like, even the AI is going to be doing some things that you haven't really seen in the previous ones, because I'm going to be playing on Legendary, so you're going to be seeing some of the new mechanics. I think the finishing in this game is definitely improved. Now, there are some situations where I've been having a lot of issues scoring. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've pretty much gotten like one win, like 4 draws and 1 loss or something like that, maybe 2 losses. So I have been struggling, but I'm not that good at playing while I stream. So answering questions and really communicating while I'm playing a game like FIFA where I need to focus and stuff like that, I'm not the best at that. I still need to get used to that. But I feel like the finishing in this game is actually better as long as you get good at it. Like, my very first goal was a long-range shot from outside the box with Harry Kane, and it was a finesse shot, and it was just beautifully placed. There was plenty of power on it, and it just came out perfectly. So I feel like the finishing in this game is still going to have some issues because I have missed some one-on-one chances with the keeper. I've missed some open goal chances, so the finishing still does have some issues, like with players that have a little composure. But still, I feel like this game is going to be very, very solid, and it's going to be a big improvement there. So I like a lot of the mechanics I've been seeing, and like the way that this game is going. Hopefully, it's going to be more like the beta because apparently it was just absolutely phenomenal. But even if they're going towards the demos type of direction, because that's what, of course, what I said, what I've played, then that's positive in my opinion, and I'm happy about that. So, yeah, I'm very, very positive about this, about FIFA 20 right now, and I very much look forward to the web app coming out, so I can finally get my trading going, and I'm very excited about the full game coming out with early access, and then of course EA access. Well, EA access, then early access. So, I'm very excited about this game. A lot more than I was for FIFA 19, and a lot more than I was for FIFA 18, because I'm actually enthusiastic about playing this game. FIFA 19, I knew from the very first game I played I was going to hate it, so I played it all season long. I played a lot of games too, but I was never really truly enjoying myself. And I think that with FIFA 20, what I've seen so far, it's very positive, and I think it's going to be a very, very fun year with plenty of content coming on my YouTube channel as well as my Twitch channel. So if you're not following on Twitch, the link will be in the description down below, and if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscription button. Of course, on YouTube. If you want to subscribe to me on Twitch, well, you can't because I'm not an affiliate yet. So, but you can definitely follow me there, and that's just a huge help for me. So, anybody who does that, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch, big thanks to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash the like button and let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the demo. What's your favorite team to use in the demo, and what do you think of all the new mechanics and how the demo is looking compared to FIFA 19? It is kind of unfair, actually, to compare it to FIFA 19 because FIFA 19 was such a bad game that it kind of gives EA Sports a pass. Like, yes, it's better than FIFA 19, but it's pretty much impossible to be worse. So we need to compare it and just kind of consider it its own game instead of compared to FIFA 19, because if not, it's just always going to look phenomenal compared to that game. So maybe not compared to FIFA 19, but in general, what do you think of the demo, and how excited are you for FIFA 20? Like I said, guys, man, thank you so much for all the support you've been giving me. Bear with me for the next couple of videos while I get used to some of the new tools I'm using. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.